So I am such a dummy and I forgot to do an intro for this video. So hello guys, this is gonna be my intro, so sorry. Very unprofessional, but trust me, the video is very well done, so please enjoy the video. But today's video is going to be on how I did my makeup during high school. I actually still have it on my face. It looks like boop, but I wore it throughout the day just because I was too lazy to change my makeup. But just so you know, all of these products are actual products that I bought within the past year. They are not products from high school. That would be gross. So I just happened to see in my makeup collection a lot of products that I was using throughout high school, and I remembered that this was a trend that people were doing on YouTube, that they were recreating how they did their looks in high school. So I thought to myself, why not do this video? So if you're interested to see how I came up with this not so great look, but it looked a little bit different a lot of hours ago, then you can just stay tuned for this video. It is very, very interesting how far I have come since high school. So check it out. Sorry for my splotchy blotchy face, please ignore it. I just watched it, I just washed it, and it gets so red. But I figure, what better way to do a high school tutorial than with a splotchy, pimply looking type of face? So whatever. But alright, so I haven't even put any primer on yet because I have the primer that I used. So the primer that I used when I was in high school was the Maybelline Master Prime primer, and I used the redness control one. So I loved this one. Actually now I'm more of a fan of the blue one than the green redness controlling one. The blue one's more of a blurring one, and this one says it blurs and controls redness, but I don't really know about that. But I definitely need some redness control right now, so we will see. Alright, so it looks like this. Kind of has a green tint to it, so I'm going to just put this on my face. It is very moisturizing. That's why I always loved it. And it's Maybelline, so it's not too expensive. As always, my face gets red whenever I touch it. See, I don't think it really controls any redness. My face does feel smoother. And the foundation I used when I was in high school is the tried and true L'Oreal Infallible foundation. Now the one I have right now is their Pro Matte foundation, so that's one I'm going to be using, and I have the shade Classic Ivory. I always applied my foundation with one of these lovely guys, just a basic beauty triangle sponge. They feel really gross, they apply things really gross, but I always use them. So that's what I'm going to be using today. But before I do foundation, I was a little backwards in high school, and I applied my concealer first, and the concealer that I used, which I actually still do use this sometimes, is the Neutrogena Skin Clearing Blemish Concealer. So this is what this guy looks like. And my reasoning for applying this first is that I would think, because it had activating ingredients that would help clear your skin, that if I apply this to my skin underneath my foundation, then it would be better than applying the foundation first, because this had stuff to treat my acne and everything. So I would apply this first and then apply the foundation, but now that I'm older, I realize that it's better to apply foundation first, because a lot of things you think you need to cover might get covered up with the foundation, and it ends up just kind of piling on when you do your concealer first. When you don't really need to do that, you can just go over and cover up little things that might not get covered with foundation at the end. But this is what I always did first while I was in high school, so I'm going to spot conceal with this. I say spot conceal, but I basically put this everywhere except under my eyes. I never put any concealer under my eyes. It was awful. You just twist it up and it comes out of the top. I do use this sometimes, just if I have a big pimple going on, and I don't want to put something too heavy on it. Still, I feel like maybe this has some active ingredient in it that will cure my pimple or something. I don't really think that it's going to do a lot, but whatever, we will see. I also don't think that this is the right color for me, but I don't think I ever used the right color for me. That hasn't changed. So I always just applied this with my fingers. I still do apply it with my fingers. Just dab it on and then rub it in. On lazy days, I would just put this concealer on to hide anything that I needed, and then I would just go out like that. But I'm going to do how I did my makeup when I was doing all of my makeup. And I do find that, as you can see, this has good coverage to it. I also put my hair in my classic high school look. I used to always braid this piece. I also used to braid this piece too, but I didn't want to do that today. And it's mostly because in high school I decided that I was going to get full bangs across my forehead. And it was really great at first, but then they got really, really chunky and looked really, really bad, and it was not a look. So I needed to grow them out, so I would just always braid them to the side like this, and probably for a good 2 years, that was my look. Okay, so I put that all over my face. Now I'm gonna go ahead with my foundation. I would just put it on the back of my hand like that, and then go to town. Oh yeah, this is bringing back good memories. At least when beauty blenders became a thing, I had already kind of gotten this down pat, so it wasn't that hard of a transition. Also, I just remembered that I didn't put any foundation on my nose. For the longest time, I didn't put anything on my nose. Like, I just left it be. I don't know why. So I guess I'm not putting any foundation on my nose. Fantastic. I would put it in between my eyebrows, just not on my nose. I don't know what was wrong with me. I just thought that my nose was not a part of my body. I always hated my nose growing up, so maybe I just ignored it completely, which is ridiculous because look at this now. That's the first thing you see. This is like not even my shade. What am I doing with my life? This is so drying. Now I remember why I stopped using this. It just looks so drying on my skin. Okay, well, this is how it looks. My nose looks ridiculous. And like I said, I didn't use any concealer under my eyes. All I did was took my Physicians Formula correcting powder, which I actually still use. I don't know if you can see it because my lights are so bright, but it's got green, pink, and yellow swirled in, and I would take a brush and I would take the yellow and just put it underneath my eyes. Oh, I just stabbed myself. I would put it underneath my eyes to brighten them up. And that's it. I didn't set anything else, and I don't have anything under my eyes really, so I would just do this. Which actually, this is a good trick if you put concealer underneath your eyes and you take this yellow shade and you put it just in the shadow that you see. It really brightens up your eyes. I love this color correcting powder. I use it a lot. I use it on blemishes to hide their shadows and everything so that you can't really see them. I use it, like I said, under my eyes just to hide that shadow. And the green gets rid of some of the redness. So I use this thing a lot, but back then I just used the yellow underneath my eyes. So that is what I'm doing now. Didn't powder anything else. Let's see, what's next? What's next? What's next? I think that was it for, oh, never mind. I did put a little bit of bronzer on. I got a little kit when I was younger, and it was a Bare Minerals kit. So I actually just received this, I think, in a gift with purchase. I ordered their highlighters. So I just got the Warmth, which is actually the shade that I used. And I would put a little bit of this almost as blush because I didn't really know what bronzer was or contour was or anything. I was very confused. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this because from what I remember, it was very, very bright. Well, not bright, but pigmented. And I would put this almost as blush because I was very confused, child. Alright, well, it's not even really showing up. So maybe I was, like, very off. I feel like that's not really showing up. I mean, there's a little something there, but... My nose? I can't get over my nose. It's driving me crazy. At the end of the video, I'll fix it. Alright, so that's a little bit of something. And this was always a huge mess. Whew. So put that together, and then that was my face. Actually, wait! Oh my god! I just remembered! Oh my god, I did do eyebrows! Let me see if there's a shade in here. I would just shade them in with eyeshadow. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that I did do eyebrows. I used this exact brush, and because this set with these tips was my first ever brush set, which a lot of them you would have no idea because they are so white and clean still. Thank you, Style Pro Brush Cleaner. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. But yeah, I used to just use this brush and take a shade probably just like that, nowhere close to my eyebrow shade, and just run it through my eyebrows. I can't believe that I forgot about that. Alright, I guess that's what I'm gonna do. Wow, my face looks horrible. This eyebrow. Ooh. I completely forgot about this. Wow, that looks ridiculous. While we are here, I used to use, for my eyes, a brown shade. So I had this little eyeshadow, and it looked like an eye. I don't have it anymore, and I was gonna pick it up and I completely forgot about it, but I figured I have colors to make it work, so I'm just going to make it on my eye with other palettes that I have instead of buying it again. But it was like a little eye. I'm gonna try to insert a picture right here, and I would just use that on my eye the way that it was on the eye every single day. And it was like a palette that was made for blue eyes, so I thought that I had to do that because I had blue eyes. So that's what I did every single day. So basically it was a brown, almost like this chocolatey brown down here, and I would put that in the corner of my eye with this type of brush. I'm also not worrying about blending that much because I definitely did not blend that much when I was in high school. So the brown I would use a brush for, just to put it on my eyes a little bit, like that. And then for the blues, I would just use my fingers. So the blues looked pretty much like this. There was a darker blue. It wasn't this bright of a blue, is more of like a navy, but then there was this really bright white blue. It was very icy, and it looked like that. So I'm gonna use this pretty sparingly because it's not the exact color, but I would take it with my finger, put it like over top of that brown and onto the front of my eye, just like that. Not that much. Same thing with this. And then that was the blue. And then I would take a lot of this icy one. Wow, this is really chalky. And go to town icing up this front, which is not really working that much because this is a very chalky shade. But to be honest, probably so was that. This is bringing back so many memories. This is exactly how my eye looked every single day. The blue that I had was a little bit brighter of a blue. It wasn't so much like a light color. So that's what the eyes looked like. And I always used blue eyeliner on the bottom. Once again, trying to make my blue eyes pop. So I always put blue eyeliner on my waterline. Just like like that. And brown eyeliner always went on the top. And I didn't wing it or anything like that. I don't have skills like that, but I would just put brown eyeliner on the top. This is what I did every single day. I don't even do eyeliner anymore, but I did it every single day before school. And that was what they looked like every single day. For the eyelashes, I used the Falsies Push-Up Mascara. It wasn't this one, it was the one before this, obviously. This is their like new one, but I don't remember what it looked like. I think it might have been red. I'm not 100% sure. I still really like this mascara. It does a really great job. Even back then, I always curled my eyelashes just because they are stick straight eyelashes and always had to curl them. So I'm going to curl my eyelashes and then apply the mascara. So this is what the wand looks like. It's like a very strange wand. It just has the bristles on one side, but it always really grabbed my eyelashes well. And now for the final step, lips. I would do nothing besides put on a colored lip gloss. And actually, I found the one that I used, which is really gross. It was this one from Maybelline, and I used this every single day. This color, every single day, I use this. But I'm gonna be using my Buxom one because it's basically the only colored one that I could find that was kind of similar to that. So I'm gonna apply this. And this was my look. When I finally realized that foundation on the nose was a thing, it was a great, great day. But it's very interesting seeing myself like this. It is bringing back a lot of memories. I don't know how I feel about it. So I just really, really, really want to cover up my nose. That's something that I need to do like ASAP. So this is how my face looked in high school. I hope this video was interesting. Now I'm going to cover up my nose. Okay, it's a little bit better. But I hope you guys liked the video. As I said, I always post on Wednesdays and Sundays, so be sure to check out the next video. I have so many ideas, so many fun things coming up for you. If you like this, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Love you.